The Dog Rock here. Come to Albany, check out the Dog Rock. Such a nice place to just come and chill and enjoy nature, I think.
We're going to pack up and then we're going to head down to Albany today, have a look at the city of Albany, or the town, town.
But hasn't this been like a lovely area? We didn't end up going to the Porongurup mountains.
No, we had like an epic day hiking in the Stirling Ranges, but the Porongurup Ranges are right there, 1.2 billion years old. Oldest mountain range in Australia?
In WA.
Oh yeah, and there's some nice hikes up there as well, so we'll have to come back to this region at some stage. Breakfast time at the Porongurup Range Tourist Park. We've really enjoyed it here. The facilities are really nice, aren't they, Mandy?
Definitely.
Yeah, we've got a lovely lounge here with a wood burning stove that they crank up at night time.
Aiden's just checking the weather for the temperature for last night, because man, it was cold.
Bit of a chilly night. I was in my cosy four-season down sleeping bag, and these guys were shivering a little bit in theirs. You okay now?
Yeah.
It said like down to like 8 degrees, but I reckon it was way colder.
Way colder than 8, because I was really cold.
Yeah, so you come to the south of WA in October. Bring your warm clothes, that's all we can say.
I'm going to now do a little tour around this place, because I don't think we did one the other day, and it is so lovely. You've got your fridge freezer. Doing a little bit of a charging here before we go. The bagel's ready to go in. Lovely bird life around. So pretty. They've gone and upcycled like loads of things. There's loads of art. Porongurup Range through that way. There's our tent up there. There's a laundry, like with coin operated. It is $6 per wash cycle. We didn't sit out here because it was a little bit too cold. Drinking water only here. Lavender. I still want to grow some lavender. So this is, as Lee said, the Porongurup Range Tourist Park. Really wonderful place to stay. And Lee said as well, we're heading off to Albany today. We're going to camp in Denmark for 2 nights. But we could definitely, like, if we come down here again. So heading off now, it's 40 kilometres to Albany. Glorious day. First time in Albany, and my word, it looks just like New Zealand. It's incredible, the houses. Oh my word.
Coming down to the port area now here in Albany. They've got the grain silos there, they're all painted up very nice. That's something that you see a bit of in WA now. Grain silo art. How cool. The grain terminal. And here we have a road train with 3 trailers. These are the kings of the road here in Australia. Gonna have a little look around the port area while we're down here. This is the Albany Entertainment Centre. Looks very new and modern. And going out towards the jetty at the front here. And down here we've got some pelicans in the water. I love these things in Australia. They're just so awesome. Hanging around, chilling. Love the rock formations in the distance there. That's very Albany. They've just flown in and landed. What a shame we didn't get them in flight, because they are such an incredibly graceful creature, yet cumbersome. And they're following this coot because I think it's fishing, and as soon as it brings a fish up, they're going to nick it, I'm sure. Down at the waterfront here, we've got a replica of the brig Amity. This was the first ship, the first brig to establish the first European settlement in Western Australia. Now, Albany is older than Perth. The Swan River settlement, which became Perth, up the road, was done in 1839, I think, 1836, I believe. They first came to Albany, so it's pretty important, you know. And it was a whaling station afterwards. But these are the ships that they would have brought the people on. Incredible.
Wow. So as Lee said, it's a replica. Entry to the top deck's free, and then it's So to go down, it's $5 if you want to go down below and have a look. We're just like racing along, so yeah. Wow. This is awesome. Amazing.
I've just stepped off the ship that brought the first convicts here, and looks like where they settled. Mandy, what's going on?
Well, there are just like loads more buildings here. There's like a Mount Barker co-op building that was relocated here, and just behind that is an example of a 1920s one-room schoolroom.
Wow.
So that's really cool as well. I went in and had a look while these guys were chatting to the guy,
the nice guy Mark, who explained that I got it wrong. It was 1826 when it first come here, not 1836, so I was a bit confused on that one. But yeah, so all this stuff's free. It's worth having a little look around when you come down to Albany. Check it out. And look at this beautiful, is this a Moreton Bay fig? I love these trees. Incredible, look at that. Wow, that is epic. So, cooperative building. Museum of Great Southern. Like, you don't have to pay to come in here, and it shows you a little bit about what's going on in Western Australia. This is so cool, and cover the incredible stories of the Menang Noongar people. That's the original people from this area.
So it turns out this whole area is called Museum of the Great Southern, and like most of it is free. Like, it's really cool.
This is a 1920s schoolroom. There we can see, look at the little fireplace there. Brilliant. One teacher school. This is what things look like here in the 1920s. And there's even more. There's a free museum where you can come in and learn a lot about the Aboriginal people from this area and all about Albany. Kinjalling was the name of Albany, the place of rain. This is so cool. So this huge museum here, Mandy, what do you think?
It's absolutely fantastic. It was fascinating. I mean, yeah, we could have spent like hours in there. So much to see, read, like the history, you know, from all the way back. From
all the way through Albany and sort of the settlement and the modern history.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
So this is how the Frugal travellers roll. Lunchtime. You enjoying this, Mandy?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
We're under this lovely church here, and we've got a picnic. Mandy's got some pita
with cheese and peanut butter, tomato, lettuce.
Aiden's chowing down on a nice sandwich there, Aiden.
Ham, lettuce, cheese, tomato.
Fantastic. Yeah, we've got leftover sausages as well, tomatoes and dips.
See, the quintessential item in Australia is the esky.
The esky, yeah, or the chili bin as known in New Zealand, right, Mandy? Or I'm not sure what we call them in England. We don't really have them.
Icebox.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, this is how to eat for a budget when you're here in Albany. Why not, indeed? Really nice, eh?
But there are loads of restaurants, cafes. They look lovely. Just we've got extra food, so we thought we'd eat it here, as Lee said, in this beautiful location.
Great spot for a picnic. So we've come to a special place in Albany, round the back of Aldi and Coles. There's kind of a, what is it, Mandy?
It's called the Albany Plaza.
Albany Plaza, yeah. So you park your car here, and Wally's is over there. But behind that is Dog Rock, we've been told about. Hayden, what's Dog Rock?
It's a rock. It looks like a dog's head.
Oh, this we have to see.
So I think we're getting closer, because here's Dog Rock Boulevard.
Yeah.
And this side is Dog Rock Dental.
Dog Rock Dental down here. And we see a rock up here in between the roads. So let's have a closer look and see if it's like a dog, shall we? I thought it looked just like a big like mound, but there's a collar at the bottom. And I think this is its nose sticking up and its eyes there. Yeah, I can see the dog.
Yep, there we go.
How awesome is that? Albany, you have one of the best attractions in Australia. What do you think? Good?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I reckon Snoop Dogg would be happy. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Hashtag Snoop Dogg.
The Dog Rock here. Come to Albany, check out the Dog Rock.
So for perspective, like you can see just how big this dog is.
It's a big dog.
He's enormous.
Oh.
Maybe a bull mastiff or something.
I was trying to pat him behind the ears, but I can't find the ear. Give him a scratch. Woof, woof.
It's amazing. This area just feels so much like New Zealand. Green, and they've got tea tree, water everywhere. Beautiful. A really different side of Australia. What do you think, Lee?
Yeah, so different to Perth. Is kind of, you know, we're up in the desert there in comparison to this, aren't we? Yeah, this is very nice. So it's just driven from Albany to Denmark. We're going to be staying here for a couple of nights, and it's a really pretty little southern town. Aiden's just popped over to the shop. We're by the river, which runs along through Denmark, and there's a nice little, in the centre of town, this lovely picnic area. You've got benches, you've got your free barbecues over there. You know, the thing I love about Australia. And you've got nice views out onto the river. We're staying at the Riverbend Caravan Park, which is a couple of k's up the river, which should be quite nice. Looking forward to a relaxed stay here. Down to the Riverbend Caravan Park. Very nice and rural around here. We've settled in nicely here to the Riverbend Caravan Park here in Denmark, and this is our spot and our little setup down here. This is the campsite. It's really nice. They've got fire pits. There's some facilities up there which aren't quite as good as where we were staying in the last place in Porongurups, but on the other hand, we've got this. Look at the wildflowers, look at the trees, and look at the river. This is right where we're camping. So we've got the big double tent here that me and Mandy are in. What do you think, Mandy?
It's wonderful. I mean, yeah, it's just the most beautiful, like, view here behind.
Yeah, and we've got our own little secluded spot. It's like a little bit of paradise. So rather than going racing around Denmark all day, I think we're just going to have a little look and then retire here for the afternoon, right?
Yeah, and Aiden decided he's swapped out from his swag. He's now in a 3-man tent, because I think...
Different rig there for you, Aiden?
Yeah, the swag was a little bit tight to get in and out of.
Yeah.
And no room to get changed inside.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, this one's good.
Yeah.
It's my backup.
Got your typical 2-man dome there, which is comfortable enough for you, yeah?
So it's a 3-man.
Yeah.
There's heaps of room inside. I can spread out,
Yeah.
you know, get changed in there, no dramas.
Yeah, yeah. That's good. And if it's too cold, there's plenty of room in there as well, you know, but wasn't so cold last night,
No,
was it?
maybe because we're under the trees.
Yeah,
It's
so
just beautiful.
nice bit of shade here, so like it's not going to be burning hot all day. And yeah, just perfect bit of paradise as far as we're concerned.
Yeah, it's lovely.
So the kitchen is over there, and that's pretty basic. It's just a stove and a fridge. So nowhere to sit down to eat, but there's a really nice gazebo at the back, which we had breakfast at this morning. Got a field here, and they've got a little chuck house as well. So there's the hens. You can buy eggs at 50 cents each if you wish to, and lots of chalets as well. And the exit is out into this lovely wooded forest area. Look at this, we're just feeling our way around Denmark, and we found this lovely, on the other side of the bridge, the Denmark River, the lower part. Got this lovely park down here, and the playgrounds for the kiddies, and it's about 2.5 kilometers down to the waterfront, so we'll have to check that out. Kangaroos for the next 2.5k apparently, but it should be late enough in the day now, they'll all be hiding away in the shade somewhere. So we've just stopped just out of Denmark, and we're at the Wilson Inlet now, which is a lovely bit of water sort of surrounding Denmark and protected by a peninsula on the other side. It's really pretty, isn't it?
Gorgeous.
Don't know if there are mangroves down there, but there's a little hike we can walk down. There's a big sort of inlet that covers all around here, and then the peninsula, and then you're out to the sea on the other side. Not sure if there's any like swimming beaches around these parts, but it's really pretty, isn't it? You know, for nature walks, that kind of thing. In fact, there's one right here. Just a nice little bit of nature we found down here at the inlet, a place where they launch the boats from. It'd be great to launch a kayak from here.
Yeah. Maybe not that swimmable, who knows, but really pretty.
So all the way along here you've got these lovely little walking trails along the waterfront, and this one actually is the start of the Bibbleman track.
see this little snake here? That means it's the Bibbulmun track. That's one of the two big trails in the southwest of Western Australia, from Perth down to the countryside. There's the Mundabiddi Trail, which I know is about 500 kilometres. Bibbulmun track's a bit shorter, I think. Is it, Aidan?
I can't remember exactly.
Not too sure, but really pretty. Like, you know, if you're into your hiking, do a trail like that, you're not going to be disappointed.
So after walking up the main street and turning left, this is where you get all the shops with the lovely like incense and, you know, the, should we say, like kind of hippie, lovely kind of things. With your fashion interior and clothes. What's that? Get dented in Denmark. Okay. Sacred tree, gifts, jewelry and crystals. That's what I can smell. It smells amazing. Wow. Yep, you get your healings and readings. Oh my word. Energetic clearings. $100 for an hour. There's a big super IGA down there. Fine Foods IGA through that way. So this looks like a pretty cool place to come and relax. Do your Reiki, have your sound bath meditation.
And we're back down at this Denmark riverfront park, and it is just so gorgeous down here. They've got a little jetty where you can launch your kayak or whatever. The water's a bit lower than it would normally be, I think. Really nice trees, really lovely park. Such a nice place to just come and chill and enjoy nature, I think.
So now comes that time again, the end of every camping trip, when the tent has to come down.
We are back in Albany because we're going to stop on the way back and have a look at a few things. Now, one thing we didn't look at last time was the Anzac Centre and the Anzac Memorial Park. This is it on top of the hill on the edge of Albany, and it was a really important place because in 1914, was it, the ships left for Gallipoli with 41,000 troops. The convoys left Australia here to take the troops over to Gallipoli, so really important part of the heritage of Australian war efforts,
And New Zealand as
and
well.
New Zealand as well. So yeah, so we've got the National Anzac Centre down here. There's lovely viewpoints on the top. There's old traditional buildings that you can visit, we believe. And then we're going to go up the, what's this, the convoy walk here, all the way along this walk, and there's dozens of boards showing the ships that left, each individual one, and they left in 1914 with like 391 horses, 1,100 troops, 504 horses. It's just insane, like the amount of people that left, and so many of them didn't return. It's worth coming up here for the absolutely spectacular scenery, looking over King George Sound. You can see here the ships that left in 1914. This would have been full of battleships ready to take troops out to war. And looking across now, we can see the beautiful scenery out to the Stirling Ranges in the distance, and the Porongurups where we were a few days ago. Bit of Australian wildlife there. I don't know if you can see the decent sized lizard in the bush. Where are you going, mate? Aidan's doing a cracking job there, cranking the gun around. He's able to turn it on its pivot. You lighting it up, Aidan? Ready to fire?
Just light them up this way.
Wow. This thing could do some damage, I'm sure, back in the day.
Yeah, that's got the whole harbour entrance covered.
You've got underground stores down here. You can wander around all of this free of charge, but beware, a tiger snake has been seen in this area. We used to get a lot of them in Perth near where we lived, and you don't want to be bit by them because they're like top 10 poisonous, most deadly snakes in the world. So yeah, welcome to Australia. And this is where they would have stored things and troops would have been, no doubt.
We learned back there that this establishment was first built in 1893, which Australia wasn't really at war with anybody in 1893.
British colony before the First World War.
So it's defensive positions to protect the port and the town from any possible threat.
Yeah.
But over the years, I think it was 1945, is when they updated the guns to the new
6-inch
guns.
because
Like it'd been updated 2 or 3 times.
But
So they didn't really, and in 1956 this was kind of shut down, so they didn't really need it anymore.
Yeah.
Which is quite interesting. Like Southwest WA is quite important, but it's never really been under threat because it's just so isolated. Like
they were here just in case, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can see the kind of shells that they would have been storing down here, and the firing mechanisms of the guns. And up on top of the hill here is the memorial to the soldiers that fought and died at Gallipoli, Australia and New Zealand, 1916 to 1918. Very touching memorial. The views that these soldiers would have had of Australia before they left for war. I'm not sure if this is some kind of symbolism, but a black raven just came down and landed on the parapet there and kept a close eye on me. Coming up the historic precinct, the main drag, which is York Street. And the beautiful church we're at the other day. War Memorial. Town Hall, erected 1887.
Town all the way up the top.
Wow.
So Aidan insisted that we stop here at the bakery in Mount Barker because, look at this, the official Great Aussie Pie Competition, the 36th one, their winners in 2025 are the vegetarian vegan pie, red meat pie, and the gourmet pie. $9.50 for the Wagyu mac and cheese, $6.50, but there you go, for your traditional minced beef pie, chunky steak, $8.50. Look at the Ned Kelly. Oh wow, minced cheese, bacon and a whole egg.
So Mount Barker pies apparently show winners some of the best pies in Australia, is that right, Aidan? So I've got to try one, all right? Even though I've got a bit of a dodgy stomach and I probably shouldn't be eating one, I've gone for the beef bourguignon pie. I was going to go for pepper steak, which is my standard, but like they've got so many decent ones. This is a gold cup winner or something, so let's give it a try.
There's the texture.
Wow, that's quite
Very nice texture.
impressive. My word, look
Very full. Lovely. It's quite a soft pastry. Right, I'm not really into
the
normally I prefer them a bit flakier, to be honest, so it's a soft pastry.
Okay, I think
Just a little bit of a letdown. Can see why won the award.
And the meat's good, but then, so is that potato in the middle? Part of a beef bourguignon?
maybe it is. Oh, that's a bit of a bummer in a way.
I wasn't expecting that.
No.
So yeah,
Yes, potato in it.
tastes good, but it wasn't what I was expecting.
No.
Really, to be honest.
And potato, let's face it, it's a cheap filler.
Yeah. So maybe I'm going to have to keep coming back and trying them all. So it is the end of day 5 and we are back in Perth. We've just made it. Thanks, some fantastic driving by Aidan.
Yeah,
well done, Aidan. And that's the end of the trip. It was absolutely amazing. We loved Albany and down south.
Denmark, beautiful. The Porongurups.
Yeah. That was a
Beautiful.
highlight, wasn't it? We're already planning another trip there, aren't we? Do some more hiking. And Denmark was so pretty. And the cost, we've just been figuring it out. Like, it's quite impressive. Can you have a holiday like this in Australia for any cheaper? I'm not quite sure. Accommodation was 100 for 2 nights and then 100 for 2 nights.
Yep.
Yeah. So $200 for the 3 of us.
Yep.
For 4 nights accommodation, works out $16.50 per night. Then food we won't include because you eat anyway, you know. So we bought food in advance. And entertainment, we did that all ourselves, didn't we? We didn't really pay for anything. And what was the other thing? Fuel come to about $180.
Yep.
Yeah, that's $60 each per person. So it adds up, Mandy?
So I worked it out to be $31.50 per person per night.
That's brilliant for a really good 5-day trip. Thanks for taking us down there,
Yeah, it
Aidan.
was so cool.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
So it turns out I'm a frugal as well.
Yeah, Aidan's
There we go.
Well
he's
done.
learning how to be a frugal traveller.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
So there will be more frugal travels coming up, so keep watching for that, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.